science and science of astrology. This astrology or Jyotisham is considered as one of the 6 limbs of Vedas. In order to understand Vedas and their meanings, we need 6 limbs. 6 limb means in Sanskrit they say Angas, Vedangas. To put it in today's connotation, we read ancillary subject, right? In college we have one main subject. We will have some ancillary subjects. Similarly, Vedas are the main subjects. These 6 are ancillary subjects which will help you understand Vedas better. What are they? Shiksha, pronunciation. Pronunciation is called Shiksha because in Vedas, if you slightly change the pronunciation, the meaning will become totally different. So this Shiksha pronunciation is considered as the breath of Vedas because without pronunciation, Vedas cannot exist. I will give you one example. The tying of Mangala Sutram around the neck. What is it called? Mangalya? Mangalya? Dharanam. 4th dha. Because if you say Mangalya Dharanam, it is tying of Mangala Sutra. If you change it to 3rd dha Mangalya Dharanam, it is cutting of Mangala Sutra. Mangalya Dharanam means tying. Dharanam means cutting. So pronunciation is important. It is the breath. Breath, without oxygen, we cannot live. Without pronunciation, Vedas cannot exist. So the Shiksha is the breath of Vedas. Number 2, Vyakaranam. Vyakaranam means grammar. Grammar is very, very essential for Vedas. Because if we don't understand grammar, Vyakaranam, we cannot understand Vedas. Say for example, there was a geography teacher. He walked into a geography class like this. And along with the map, now I have got this presentation, no problem for me. But geography teacher, he will usually bring a map like this. He brought the map, placed on the table. Students, one of you come and hang the map on the wall. Or I will hang myself, he said. I will hang it myself is different from I will hang myself. This is the problem if you commit grammar errors. So Vyakarana is the mouth of Vedas. Only if you have mouth, you can speak. Similarly, only if Vyakarana grammar is there, you can chant Vedas. Without that, you cannot understand anything, you cannot speak. This is the 2nd limb. 3rd, Chandas is the feet of Vedas. Chandas means poetic meters. In English, we say, right, if there is 14 lines, we call that poem as sonnet. In Tamil, we say Venpa, Kalipa, Asiriyapa. In Sanskrit, we have Gayatri, Ushnik, Anutub, Brihati, Pankti, Tritub, Jagati. These are all poetic meters. They constitute the feet of Vedas. Why are they called feet? Feet help us in walking. The gait of Vedas, the way Vedic tones are uttered, depends on the poetic meter that decides the way Vedas walk into our tongue or our mind. So that is considered as feet. Number 4, Nirukta. Nirukta means dictionary. That is the ear of Vedas because only if you have ear, you can hear. Similarly, only if you understand the dictionary meaning, you can understand the actual meaning of Vedas. So Nirukta is the ear. He showed his ear also to the PowerPoint. Number 5, Kalpa. Kalpa means procedural guidelines. Because whatever you buy, some object from electronic device from a shop, you need a manual or catalog, right? Because these days it is very difficult to even switch on a TV. In those days, we have got black and white TV. Easily, we can just switch it on. Automatically, the TV will start playing. But these days, you have to buy a TV and then he will give you a catalog. If you want to switch on the TV, you have to endure 15 minutes of various kinds of operation, the remote control. Even see this PowerPoint, how much they are working. 20 minutes of Upanyasam is over. Time is 6:50. Still, it is difficult for them. The reason is, everything we need some catalog without which we cannot work. That's like the hand of Vedas. Only if their hands work properly, they can set up everything. Only if the procedural guidelines are followed, you can implement Vedas. That's why Kalpa is the hands of Vedas. Now, our topic, Jyotisha, 6th limb. It is considered as the eye of Vedas. But if you just observe it, I have put astrology/astronomy. Is it astrology or astronomy? Now, there is a subtle difference between astrology and astronomy. Astronomy means the science of studying all these planets, celestial bodies, everything. Astrology means studying the effects of their positions. If you study the mere position, movement, everything of celestial bodies, it is astronomy. If you research into the effects which these movements, these positions cause in our lives or in the universe, it is called astrology. Now Jyotisha is astronomy or astrology? Both. I will give you a clarity regarding that in another 40 minutes exactly. Now the question is, why should Jyotisha be called as eye of Vedas? For the other things, we gave some reasons. For such and such reason, this is the ear, this is the nose. Why should this astrology come astronomy, Jyotisha, be called as the eye of Vedas? You see, Vedamurti, the embodiment of Vedas, Lord Hayagriva. Dictionary Nirukta is his ears. Grammar Vyakarana, his mouth. Procedures Kalpa, that constitutes his hands. Similarly, we can see astrology as his eyes. Pronunciation as his breath. Similarly, poetic nature, meter, chandas as his feet. We can see. But why should Jyotisha be called as eye of Vedas? The reason is, let me ask you one question. Which sense organ, which of our sense organ has the longest range of perception? Which sense organ of ours can perceive to the longest distance? Sure? Sure? How? Just see this picture. If you want to taste something, that object should be on your tongue. Then only you can taste. If it is far away, your tongue cannot taste that. If you want to touch something, it should be at a touching distance. Otherwise, you cannot touch that. If you want to smell something, at least it should be in your home's kitchen. If that food item is prepared 4 houses apart, far away, you cannot smell that. Our ears also cannot hear sound beyond a point. Even in this hall, only when I use mic, the last person can listen to me. If I do not use mic, then the person sitting in the last row cannot understand or hear what I am speaking. But the eyes, they have no limit for their perception. With our eyes, we can see the sun, we can see the moon, we can see the stars, we can see clouds. The range of our eyes are unlimited. All the other senses have limited range, but eyes have unlimited range. That's why Jyotisha is called the eye of Vedas, because Jyotisha can perceive things which are far away from us. All the other limbs of Vedas, Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chandas, Kalpam, they speak about things around us. But Jyotisha speaks about something which is far away from us. For looking at something, for perceiving through eyes, you need not move an inch. To touch, you should move towards that object. If you want to correct this laptop, you have to move near that laptop. If you want to hear something also, please wait, I will come forward and hear. I am unable to hear, we will say. To smell, we will go near it. To taste, we will put it in your mouth. But to see, you can be in your place where you are. You need not move an inch, but you can see everything from where you are using your eyes. Similarly, we just stay here. Using the eye of Jyotisha, we can perceive what is all going around us, all planets, celestial bodies, sun, moon, stars, everything we can see using Jyotisham. That's why it is called the eye of Vedas. Now, another example. Now, this is an AI created image. Just look at this boy. He wants to perceive this ball. What is that ball? It is an yellow colored tennis ball. He closes his eyes and tries to feel the ball. What will he perceive? He will feel that this is a soft ball. Beyond that, he cannot know anything. If he smells, no, it is not fair to smell a ball. He cannot taste that as well. Okay, he can just bounce it on the floor and listen to the sound, but that won't give him a concrete idea or full idea about the ball. The only way to know about the ball completely is open the eyes. Use your eyes. Only if you use your eyes, you can get the full idea about an object. Am I right? Unless you open your eyes, even if your favorite laddu is being prepared in kitchen, unless you look at that laddu with your eyes, you cannot be sure whether it is laddu or halwa or jangri or whatever it is. So direct perception using eye alone gives you full concrete idea, wholesome idea about an object. Similarly, if you want to know about all the planets, solar system, celestial bodies, sun, moon, stars, everything, only if you open the eye called Jyotisham, you can understand them fully. Otherwise, using our naked eye, or even using telescopes, or even using rockets, you cannot understand the movements of these planets fully unless you apply the eye called Jyotisham. Without the eye called Jyotisham, if you try to read the planetary movements, it will be like closing your eyes and feeling the ball. What ball? It is football or tennis ball or cricket ball. You might try to feel, but you cannot understand fully. Only if you open your eye, you can understand. Only if you apply Jyotisham, we can understand the movements of planets. Not only today, 1000 years ago, what was the position of these planets? You can understand using Jyotisham. 1000 years later, where will these planets be positioned? You can accurately predict using Jyotisham. For that, this eye Jyotisham is needed. Not only that, it is called eye for another reason. Do you know why? On one hand, we are looking at planets. On the other hand, the planets are looking at us. So what kind of vision, what kind of effect, what kind of influence those planets are exerting on us? To understand that eye also, this eye is needed. For Rama and Sita, they say, Annalum nokinan, avalum nokinal. We are looking at the planets. In turn, planets are also looking at us. So, in order to understand what those planets are looking at us, how are they looking at us, which all planets are favoring us, which are all unfavorable, for that also, this Jyotisham is needed. That's why Jyotisham is called eyes of the Vedas. Eye helps us in direct perception. It helps us in perceiving far away objects. It gives full idea about an object. Above all, it teaches the influence and the vision of the planets on us. That's why Jyotisha is called Eye of Vedas. Now coming to the next part, we have a lot of texts on this Jyotisham. In our Sanatana Dharma tradition, Devas have written books on Jyotisham. Rishis have written texts on Jyotisham. Human beings have also written texts on Jyotisham. Regarding Devas, sun god Surya, who is the center of solar system, Jyotisham has solar system as its base. Sun is the base of solar system. That sun god himself has written a work on Jyotisham. It is called Surya Siddhanta. You can just Google, not now, after the discourse is over, you can check Surya Siddhanta. It was written by Surya, sun god himself, about Jyotisham. Rishis, Garga Samhita, Parashara Samhita, Narada Samhita. These are three very, very important. Many more rishis have written, but three classical texts. Garga Samhita, Parashara Samhita, Narada Samhita. Now human beings like us, who are they? Arya Bhatta, Varaha Mihira, Bhaskaracharya. They have also written a lot of things regarding Jyotisham. You see, Western researchers, they said Arya Bhatta belongs to 5th century CE. But as per our tradition, Arya Bhatta belongs to 3173 to 3000 BCE. Around 5000 years back, this Arya Bhatta has spoken about great advanced astronomy come astrology. We are going to see that further. So our astronomy is very advanced as well as very ancient. 3173 BCE, Arya Bhatta was born. And then Varaha Mihira, he belongs to 1st century BCE. And then Bhaskaracharya, 12th century CE. They are three cardinal writers among human beings regarding our classical Jyotisham. So Devas, Surya Siddhanta. Rishis, Garga, Parashara, Narada. Humans, Arya Bhatta, Varaha Mihira, Bhaskara. Now, what is the essence of the Jyotisha writings of all these greats? That's what we are going to discuss over the next 75 minutes now. Let us divide these 75 minutes into 3 parts. Because whatever text is there in Jyotisham, they divide it into 3 branches. They say skanda. What is the meaning of skanda? Branch. The branch of a tree is called skanda. Jyotisham is a tree. It has 3 branches. That's why they are depicted as 3 branches. The first branch is Siddhanta Skanda. Second branch is Hora Skanda. Has anybody heard the word Hora? Horoscope is derived from this Hora. Hora Skanda. And then Samhita Skanda. Each 25 minutes we are going to discuss. If I am taking too much time for one part, you please remind me, I will switch over to the next part. Now, the first part is called Siddhanta Skanda. Siddhanta Skanda deals with mathematics. Because do you know what is the basis of Jyotisham? Purely maths. Because to calculate the speed, movement, time, everything of each planet, you need to have advanced mathematical knowledge. Any person weak in maths cannot do this in Jyotisham. So mathematical knowledge is very important. Swami introduced that I am a doctor. There is a classical saying that doctors are always weak in mathematics. Because we make fun of our engineering colleagues. We say, you are all BE. What is BE? Bad English. They will say, you are all MBBS. What is MBBS? Mostly bound to biology subject. Because they read only biology. They are weak in mathematics. So whether I am strong or weak in mathematics, you will be very strong. That's why you are able to survive in this country. And in addition to that, our Jyotisham has got very strong mathematics. So the Siddhanta Skandam deals mainly with mathematics. We are going to have interesting problems. You are going to solve. I will just display the problems. You will be solving. Next, Hora Skanda. As you said, Hora that gives rise to the word horoscope. Horoscope is about the life of an individual person. So this Hora Skanda deals with how this Jyotisha, planetary movements, planetary positions, influence the life of each and every individual. That is Hora Skanda. The third one, Samhita Skanda, is how these planetary movements influence the entire world, like the occurrence of a famine, or too much of flood, or good rainfall, or even earthquake, tsunami, natural calamities, how much cultivation will happen this year. All these things related to whole of the world is dealt with in Samhita Skandam. So you have to understand the subtle difference. Hora Skandam means individual horoscope and the effect of planets on one's individual life. Samhita Skandam means collective effects of all these planets on overall, all the universe for each one of us. Say for example, you are listening to the discourse. Some of you might have arthritis. That is problem for that individual person. Somebody might have problem in sitting for a long time due to sciatica or other issues. That will be problem for one person. But my speech will be the problem for everybody. So that health problem is Hora Skandam, individual problem. But this fellow speaking for 2 hours without any break is collective problem. That is Samhita Skandam. Okay, now we are going to discuss each one of them in detail. Now this Siddhanta Skandam deals with mathematics. Now, mathematics and Jyotisham. Our Jyotisha Max, it has 4 cardinal sections. The first part, first branch, it deals with numerals. What do we call that in English? Arithmetic. That which deals with obvious numbers like 1, 2, 3 numerals. It is called, see how good I am. I just put the answer there and then asking question to you. Numerals 1, 2, 3, it is called arithmetic. In our modern maths, it is called Vyakta Ganita in Jyotisham. Vyakta means perceptible. The numbers are evident. They are perceptible. So that is called Vyakta Ganitam. At the same time, Jyotisha has another maths. We use A, B, X, Y like that. What is it called? Algebra. That algebra is called Avyakta Ganitam. Avyakta means you cannot perceive. Because you don't know what is X, what is Y, what is A, what A plus B whole square equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB we say. but we do not know what is A, what is B. So it is avyakta ganitam. It is not manifest. Vyakta means manifest. Avyakta means unmanifest. So we have vyakta ganitam as well as avyakta ganitam. Now the third one is very interesting. They measure yaga bhumi. If we perform a yagam, they measure the dimensions of the yaga bhumi, yagashala on which that yaga is performed. What is that measurement called? Geometry. How did that word geometry come? Actually, it is a Sanskrit word. In Sanskrit, jya means earth. Miti means measurement. Jya, miti, earth measurement. That became geometry. Jyamiti. That is called Kshetra Ganita in Jyotisham. Jyamiti is also Sanskrit. Kshetra Ganitam is also Sanskrit. Kshetra means place. So measuring a place and its dimension is geometry. Why should they call it as Kshetra Ganita? Because all our school children, there are many children here obviously, whenever you think of geometry, has anyone so far thought about land? What do we think immediately when we say geometry? What will flash across your mind for youngsters? Huh? Circle, square, shape. Has anyone thought so far, why should I read about circle? Why should I read about square? Why should I read about triangle? They say Pythagoras theorem. This square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. Why should I learn that Pythagoras theorem? What is the application in life? The application comes when you buy lands. If you buy a land, you have to calculate the area of that land. There you have to apply this geometry. The application of Pythagoras theorem is also given, that we will discuss in another 15 minutes. So we have got geometry. This geometry is mainly applied for calculating the areas of earth. That's why it was called geometry, measurement of earth. And triangle. There is a separate science in mathematics which deals with triangle. What is it called? Trigonometry. How did trigonometry come? Kona miti. Kona means edge, corner. Kona means three corners. Miti means measurement. Three-cornered measurement is measurement of triangle. It is called trigonometry. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, all theta come in trigonometry. That's also present in Jyotisham. So numerals, arithmetic, Vyakta Ganitam. A, B, X, Y, algebra, Avyakta Ganitam. Measurement of Yaga Bhumi, geometry, Kshetra Ganitam. Triangle, trigonometry, Trikonamiti. Everything we have got. Now, Vyakta Ganitam. It is, I'm not sure how many of you know, it is our traditional Bharatian system which gave all these numerals to the Western world. You can see, this is the current list of numerals we use. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till 9. This is the Devanagari script for those numerals. Not only that, Bengali, Gujarati, Gurmukhi, Odia, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil, each language has its own numerals. You can see whatever language you belong to, you can please refer. We have got exclusive numerals for each of our standard classical Bharatian languages. The second list is about Sanskrita numbers. Here you can see Telugu, Kannada, Tamil. Every language has its own numbers. These numbers went to Arabia. From Arabians, Western world knew these numbers and they named this as Indo-Arabic numerals. But actually the origin is from our country only. And most importantly, who? Not discovered, invented, I have put. Because zero, a concept is there. But you have to invent the number zero. That was invented by Aryabhata. Aryabhata invented zero. Oh, then what did the Western world do for zero? You see, there was no zero. Roman numerals. For 10, they will put X. For 50, they put L. For 100, C. For 500, D. For 1000, M. No zero. This is very, very difficult to remember. Roman numerals, it is very difficult to remember. But our numerals, even a second standard child, I'm not sure what is the equivalent grade in USA. In India, a second standard child can very well write up to 10,000 or 1 lakh. But this Roman system, beyond 1,000, it is difficult even for elders. Why? What is the difference? Zero difference. I mean, zero is the difference. Since our system has zero, it is very difficult, easy to write. Since this does not have zero, it is very, 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 very difficult to write. Okay? That zero, where did Aryabhatta use means, he used it for number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Till that, he used numbers. For 10, he put 1 and put a 0 beside it. Why should you keep base as 10? That's what we call as decimal system. That decimal system was devised by Aryabhatta 5,000 years ago. Can anybody say what is the reason for keeping 10 as base? You can keep 8, you can keep 12, 15, anything. But why was 10 kept as base? Because in those days, the main instrument used for counting is our 10 fingers. We use our 10 fingers for counting. That's what we teach for children also. 4 in the mind, 3 in the finger. So fingers are used for counting. If you keep 10 as the base for all counts, it is called decimal system. If you put 0 for 10, that will ensure that all other numbers are calculated easily. This zero system, decimal system, was postulated first by Aryabhatta in our Bharatiyan tradition, and this is also part of Jyotisham. Because for measurement of all planets, movement, speed, everything, this zero is important. Similarly, who invented infinity? We all say infinity, infinity. The definition for infinity has been given by Bhaskaracharya. Bhaskaracharya has no PowerPoint tomorrow, so don't worry. The definition for infinity has been given by Bhaskaracharya. He says, Asmin Vikarah Kaharena. One more question. What is the name of infinity in our tradition? There should be some equivalent Sanskrit word, right? For astronomy, astrology, we say Jyotisham. Anantam. Kahara. This kahara is the word for infinity. It was coined by Bhaskaracharya. Asmin vikara kaharena rashavapi pravitteshvapi nisriteshu bahushvapi syat layasrittikale anante achute bhutaganeshu yadvat. He gives an example. This kahara infinity means whatever you add to it, it will remain the same. Whatever you subtract from it, it will still remain the same. That is called infinity. Even if something is added, it will still be infinity. Infinity plus anything is infinity. Infinity minus anything is infinity. He gives one example. Just like Achyuta, Lord Sriman Narayana, during the time of creation, he creates everything from his own body. Everything gets subtracted from him. He creates everything from his own body. Still he remains the same without any change. So he is infinite. Similarly, during deluge, pralayam, everything gets added to the body of God. Everything attains lime in him. Still he remains the same. So God is infinity. Whatever is subtracted from him as creation, he still remains the same. Whatever gets added to him during pralayam, he still remains the same. Whatever is added, whatever is subtracted, if it remains the same, it is called kahara infinity. This is given by Bhaskaracharya. And he also says anything divided by 0 is infinity. That formula is also given by Bhaskaracharya. Not only that, can anybody say till what count you have definite numbers in English? Billion, trillion we say. 10 power. 10 power. In Valmiki Ramayanam, Yuddha Kandam, 28th Sarga. This is a wonderful scene. Ravana sends two spies, Shuka and Charana, to supervise the Vanara army. You go, hey, Shuka, Charana, go. You check Rama's army. You find how many monkeys are there. Come and tell me. Shuka, Charana, go. They count the number of monkeys in the army and then give a list to Ravana. They say, how many monkeys means 1 crore of mahaughas, they say. 1 crore mahaughas. What is 1 crore mahaughas? This is the calculation. 10 power 14 is called Vrinda. 1 followed by 14 zeros is called Vrinda. 10 power 19 is Mahavrinda. 10 power 24 is Padma. 10 power 29 is Mahapadma. 10 power 34 Karva. 10 power 39 Mahakarva. 10 power 49 Samudra. 10 power 57 Ogha. 10 power 62 is Mahauga. Into, you add 1 crore. It means 10 power 69. It is the number of monkeys in the army of Rama. 10 power 69, it has been mentioned. So that kind of advanced mathematics we have got. Also the value of pi. What is the value of pi? 22 by 7. Bhaskaracharya gives 3.14166 is pi. It is given by Bhaskaracharya. Similarly, Pell equation. You please remember this. Based on this, we are going to have some problems now. Not that mathematical problems. Pell equation. Pell equation is x square is equal to 1 plus p into y square. X square is equal to 1 plus py square. We have to apply this formula in a sum which is about to come very soon. Now, this is a very important thing which our organizers also very much wanted, this Leelavati mathematics. See how advanced maths is seen in our Jyotisha text. Leelavati mathematics, it was composed by Bhaskaracharya, the great astronomer cum astrologer, the Jyotisha expert. Before going to the Leelavati maths, I will just give you a problem. While you reflect on that problem, I will narrate you one story. Before I finish the story, one of you can give answer to the problem, okay? Let's go to the problem. A swarm of bees enters a garden. Can any child or youngster read out the problem, please? There are many children. Can anybody read?
Okay, 1/5 of the bees.
Read from here.
Okay, a swarm of bees enters a garden. 1/5 of the bees goes to a rose. 1/3 goes to a hibiscus. 3 times the difference between the above goes to a jasmine. 1 bee is flying in the air.
You have to answer. After listening to my story, I will now narrate one story. You have to answer. Children will get first chance. If children are unable to answer, adults can also answer. The question is, a swarm of bees enters a garden. 1/5 goes to a rose. 1/3 goes to a hibiscus. 3 times the difference between the two above goes to a jasmine. 1 bee is flying in the air. Totally, how many bees entered into that garden? Can you think of it for some time? Now I will narrate you one story. Before I conclude the story, one of you will answer, I assume. This is called Ghati Yantra. Ghatika means 24 minutes. In those days, this was the clock. They will fill this Ghati Yantra with water. If that water gets emptied through this small opening, that means 24 minutes over. They use this as clock. We see sand clock, right? Like that, right? This was the old Ghatika Yantra or Ghati Yantra, they say. One Kshetram, Solasimhapuram, it is called Tirukadigai. Because one Ghatika, 24 minutes, if you stay there, you can attain liberation. That's why it is called Ghatika, Tirukadigai. This is Ghatika Yantra. If the water gets emptied, it means 24 minutes over. My friend asked, okay, you have to refill water every 24 minutes. What will they do at night? No need to do at night. They calculated time during sunrise as 0. So they wake up before sunrise and just during sunrise they will fill it with water. So when that water gets emptied, 24 minutes past sunrise. Similarly, they will calculate till night and then they will go to sleep. So that's not a big issue here. Now, why should you show this? See, this is very much disjointed discourse. Because you gave us one problem, you left out that problem, you are narrating something else. No, this has a great connection with that problem. Because this only led to that problem. How means, what did I say? Leelavati of Bhaskaracharya. Leelavati was the daughter of Bhaskaracharya. His book is also called Leelavati. This Bhaskaracharya, great Jyotisha exponent, had a daughter by name Leelavati. He assessed her horoscope. It showed that the husband of Leelavati will die very soon after marriage. He was very much worried. No, my daughter should live long, happily with her husband. She should have a good, happy family life. So, based on his astrological knowledge, he selected one particular muhurtam. If we conduct marriage in that muhurtam, that couple will live long, happily for at least 100 years. He selected that kind of a muhurtam. Everything, every arrangement was made. On the day of marriage, this Leelavati was decorating herself with lot of ornaments. She had to adorn herself with a nose ring. She came by the side of this Gati Yantra. That nose ring fell into the pore of this Gati Yantra. She didn't notice. She was focused on all other ornaments. So she didn't notice that. As that nose ring had fallen into this pore, water took more time to get emptied. So that day time was calculated wrongly. And the marriage was performed at a wrong muhurtam. And the next day, that bridegroom, the person who became the husband of Leelavati, he died. Then only Bhaskaracharya realized what had happened. He said, okay, it shows that we cannot change the will of God. Whatever we use, whatever we apply, whatever formula, whatever astronomy, this has been decided by God. What can I do? I want to console my daughter. So, I will write a book in the name of my daughter, which is called Leelavati Mathematics. Today after the discourse, please Google search Leelavati Mathematics. You can get a lot of super problems like this. It will make you forget all the other worldly problems. These are all super problems. So he wrote this Leelavati Mathematics with a lot of problems and finally wrote, I dedicate this work to my daughter. Because though I am a great astrologer, I was unable to save the marital life of my daughter. For that, I will honor her with this book. In that Leelavati Mathematics, this sum comes. A swarm of bees enters into a garden. This is given by Bhaskaracharya in Leelavati Max. 1/5 of the bees goes to a rose. 1/3 goes to hibiscus. 3 times the difference between the number of above 2 groups of bees goes to a jasmine. 1 bee is flying in the air. Totally, how many bees entered? Super. See, we have to assume that that's what I said, avyakta ganitam. Avyakta means, clap. Avyakta means you do not know the number. So you assume that x equal to number of bees. 1/5 goes to rose means x by 5 has gone to rose. X by 3 has gone to hibiscus. X by 3 minus x by 5 into 3 has gone to jasmine. 1 bee is flying. With this, we have to simplify the jasmine bee count. Because it is 3 into x by 3 minus x by 5. So what we do is 5x minus 3x by 15, 2x by 15, 3 into 2x by 15 means 2x by 5. So hope it is clear. X by 5 has gone to rose, x by 3 has gone to hibiscus, 2x by 5 has gone to jasmine, 1 bee is flying. Now, the sum of everything is x, right? The total number of bees is x. X by 5 plus x by 3 plus 2x by 5 plus 1 equal to x. X by 5 is rose. X by 3 hibiscus. 2x by 5 jasmine. 1 flying above. Total x. Now you take LCM as 15. Multiply both sides by 15. So x by 5 becomes 3x. X by 3 5x. 2x by 5 becomes 6x. 1 becomes 15. X becomes 15x. 3x plus 5x plus 6x, 14x. 14x plus 15 is equal to 15x. So move this 14x to the other side from LHS to RHS. So 15 is equal to 15x minus 14x. So x is equal to 15. This is the answer. Thank you for all those children. So now the answer is 3 bees went to rose among 15 bees. 5 bees went to hibiscus. 6 bees went to jasmine. 1 bee was flying in the air. Total 15. This is one sample for Leelavati mathematics. See, 1000 years ago, what kind of advanced algebra he has applied. Now another sum, this you can easily solve now. There was a heap of lotuses. Another, any child can read out this from your place itself to save time. Yes, please read. From there itself. Again, you have to take LCM. Difficult. Okay, I will give you the answer. 120 is the answer. How 120? Now you calculate 1/3 offered to Shiva. 120, 1/3 of 120 is 40. 40 offered to Shiva. 1/5 of 120 is 24. 24 offered to Vishnu. So 40 plus 24, 64. 1/4 offered to Durga. 1/4 of 120 is 30. So 30 offered to Durga means 94 total. 1/6 offered to Surya. 1/6 of 120 is 20. So 20 plus 94, 114. Remaining 6 offered to Guru. 114 plus 6, 120. So 120 lotuses were there. So 1/3, 40. 1/5, 24. 1/4, 30. 1/6, 20. Remaining 6 to Guru. The same formula can be applied and solved. So in free time, if somebody wants to improve their knowledge of mathematics, especially algebra, you can please try this book, Leelavati Mathematics. It is freely available. There are a lot of sums like this. This will be a good example to show how advanced mathematics was prevalent even 1000-2000 years ago in our Bharatian tradition. Now, Pythagoras theorem. I told you, right, we have got the application. 15 minutes later, I will tell you, I said. This is the Pythagoras theorem. What is the use of knowing that the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of square of other two sides? What is the use of knowing it? It has been applied by Bodhayana Rishi. This Pythagoras theorem is present exactly in Bodhayana Sutra. Please see this verse. Dirgha chaturasasya akshanaya rajjuhu parshvamani tiryangmani cha yat pritak bhute kurutaha tad ubhayam karoti. What he says is, we have to build a yaga kundam. To perform a yagam, you need to build a yaga kundam. Yaga kundam will be rectangular in shape. Please remember, any rectangle is a combination of two right angle triangles. Am I right? Any rectangle is a combination of two right angle triangle. In that case, the diagonal of the rectangle will be equal to the hypotenuse of that right angle triangle. Accepted? Diagonal of that rectangle will be similar to the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. Now the formula given by Bodhayana is, if you want to build a Yajna Kundam, need not measure length, breadth separately. You first measure the diagonal of that Yajna Kundam. If you square that diagonal, that will be equal to the sum of the squares of the length and breadth of the rectangle. This can be applied in building Yaga Kundam to perform Yagams. This has been said by Bodhayana. Pythagoras theorem is also present. So all these mathematics have been applied in Jyotisha. Time 7:35. So we move on to the next part. The next skandam is Hora skandam. This is the most debatable part. Because always we ask, how can this horoscope and other things decide our life? Does the movement of planets or the planetary arrangements, do they have any influence on our life? Can they affect our lives? We all have that question. That is discussed in Hora Skandam, and that Hora has, the horoscope is derived from that word Hora only. Now, do the movement and arrangements of planets affect our life? Means, you take this example, on full moon day and new moon day, we have tidal waves in the ocean. It is accepted by all. Do you all accept? Why? On full moon day and new moon day, moon comes closer to the earth, its gravity is exerted on the earth, so that causes some changes in the tidal waves of the ocean. If the movement and gravity of the celestial bodies around us can influence the objects on earth, why can't they influence our lives as well? Just think of it. They are able to exert their influence, effects on all the objects. So movement of celestial bodies can affect the objects on the earth. In that case, they can affect our lives as well, because our every activity is literally based on planetary movements. We say 24 hours per day, roughly 12-hour daytime, 12-hour night. In USA it may change, but let us keep it simple. 12 hours daytime, 12 hours nighttime. Nighttime I will sleep, daytime I will work. We all calculate. Based on what? Earth. The earth is rotating. For one complete rotation, earth takes 24 hours. So we have 24 hours as one day for us. If the earth completes one rotation, we wake up the next day and say good morning. That good morning is decided by what? The completion of one cycle of the earth, one rotation of the earth. We say it is night time, I will go to sleep. What determines that? Movement of the earth. Earth has turned away from the sun, so we decide that this is night time, I will sleep. We calculate Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, every day. Sunday means holiday for me. Monday, weekday starts, we say. Based on what? Rotation of the earth. So these planetary movements decide every part of our life. Not only that, 1 year we say 365 days are gone, so I am going to celebrate my next birthday. Your birthday is decided by what? The earth completes one full revolution around the sun. You say 1 year gone, next year has come. You wish happy new year. We celebrate happy birthday. On what basis? If earth completes one complete revolution around the sun, we say 1 year is over. So whatever we are doing, subconsciously it is based on the movements of planets only, and these planets can influence our life, because the external universe and the internal universe are connected. In Tamil there is a proverb, Andathil undadallam Pindathil undu. Andam means external universe. Pindam means internal universe. Internal universe is our body. There are totally 26 tattvas, 26 real entities in this universe totally. This external universe comprising of these 26 entities is directly connected with our internal universe, this body, which also has all these 26 entities. How? Our body has the 5 elements. Our skin has earth. Prithvi is on our skin. Water in our body fluids. We have got water. Air. We are breathing air, so we have got air. We have got fire in the form of digestive juices, hydrochloric acid. Fire. We say fire is burning in his stomach. So fire is there. Similarly, we have got space also. Sky refers to space. We have got a lot of cavities, spaces, bursae within our body. So they constitute Akasham. So 5 elements are within our body. 5 rudimentaries: vision, hearing, smell, taste, touch. All 5 tanmatras are in our body. 5 sense organs: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and then skin. 5 sense organs are there. 5 motor organs: organ of speech, hands, legs, organ of urination, organ of defecation we have got. Manas, mind we have got. We have got ego. Yes, ego, we have got a lot of ego. And then we have got intellect. The causal matter, Moola Prakriti, is also present within us. So all these 24 elements are within our body. 25th is Jivatma. Yes, we are the Jivatma dwelling in this body. 26th Paramatma. He is the indweller, Antaryami of Jivatma, and Paramatma is also present within. So the entire external universe is present within this internal universe. In that case, if there is any change in the movements of the external universe, it is bound to affect your internal universe as well. That's why this Horaskandam says the movements of planets can influence your life. Now the conflict. Who can answer this conflict? Our Shastras say all your problems are because of karma. But Jyotisha, they say, no, all your problems are because of your horoscope. Now, what is the cause of our problem? Karma or horoscope? Or both or none? No. Karma alone is the cause of our problems. Then why horoscope? You see the difference? Karma is the reason for our sufferings. Horoscope shows the indication that some suffering will come. Horoscope is not the reason. Let me give you some examples. What is the actual problem for this person? What is his actual problem? Fever? The thermometer shows that he has got 104 degree temperature. Right? 104 degree Fahrenheit. But is 104 degree Fahrenheit his problem? No. There is an underlying cause for that fever. It may be a viral infection, it may be typhoid, it may be even lymphoma or something like that, but he has something else. So, thermometer is just an indicator to show that you have this problem. But the actual problem is he has some infection or something else. Similarly, horoscope an indicator to show that, hey, you have performed some sin, you are going to encounter some problem, be careful. That's all horoscope. But the reason for that problem is our own karma, not horoscope. Horoscope can never be the reason for our problems. As you sow, so you reap. Another example. What is this? Everybody knows here. Stock market. Stock values are going up and down. What is the problem? This stock... No. Then I will be sent back. Stock values are increasing, decreasing, going up and down. That's an indication. The underlying cause is it could be political, geopolitical, social, economic, anything. But the underlying cause is difference. So this just gives an indication. Likewise, horoscope gives you an indication. That's not the problem. The underlying cause is karma. One more simple, relatable example, which everybody encounters daily. What is it? Why is my battery draining so fast? And how can I fix it? All our mobile phone batteries, even if we carry power bank with us, power bank also gets exhausted. What is the reason? Problem is not with our battery. You see below. Too many apps are installed on our phone. If you reduce the number of apps, automatically battery will last long. Likewise, the underlying problem is too many karma we have accumulated. The indication is just like battery draining, horoscope will show that, hey, you have accumulated too many karma, that's why you are suffering. Horoscope is an indicator. But the only thing is, that's why one fellow went to an astrologer. I am suffering a lot. Please suggest me some remedies. The astrologer gave him some atonement. You do all these prayashita and other things. All your problems will be solved. But that fellow replied, no sir, I will suffer. Why? Because the atonement you suggested is more difficult even than my sufferings. My suffering itself is better. The atonement you suggested is too much. Need not worry about that. Because we are suffering because of our karma. If your past deeds influence your present life, your present deeds will influence your future lives. Yesterday is gone, but now you have got this life. If we start doing good activities, please God, do kainkariam, serve devotees, show compassion to all, develop good qualities, perform our austerities, anuttanams properly, learn Vedic texts. If we do that, that karma will ensure that our future is bright. So our life is in our own hands and not in the hands of horoscope. It is just an indicator like stock market or battery draining or a thermometer. It will show you, hey, there is some problem, please be sure. That's all. To keep this in mind, I will give you one simple story. This person, this is an imaginary character, AI only, because these days tolerance level is very low. If somebody has resemblance immediately, oh, no, how can you put my photo? No, this is just AI made photo. He is a greengrocer. He was in New York market, a greengrocer. He used to donate 1 kilogram of lady's finger to a poor person every day. Every day, 1 kilogram lady's finger given freely as donation to a poor person. The next birth, he was born as a king with all kinds of riches and wealth. He consulted an astrologer. The astrologer told him, hey, in your previous birth, you were a greengrocer. You donated 1 kg of lady's finger to one person, one poor person every day, because of which you have become a king. King came back to his palace. He ordered, buy all the ladies' finger in all markets. I will donate many kgs of ladies' fingers to many people for many days, he said. From that point, nobody was able to buy lady's finger in market at all because wholesale purchase was made by palace for the king. He used to donate lady's finger, lady's finger, lady's finger. Finally, in the next birth, he was born as a wholesale greengrocer in Washington market. Earlier, he was a small-scale greengrocer in New York market. Now, a wholesale greengrocer in this Washington market. Now, he consulted an astrologer. That astrologer told him, initially you were a small-scale greengrocer who donated 1 kg of lady's finger to one poor person every day. As a result of which, you became a king. After becoming a king, you donated many kilograms of lady's finger to many poor people for many days. As a result of which, you were born as a wholesale greengrocer. No, this logic is not good, he said. Because donation of 1 kg lady's finger per day can take me to become a king means donating many kgs of lady's finger should have made me a greater emperor, right? He asked. That astrologer told him, hey, being a greengrocer, donating 1 kg lady's finger is a fitting charity for you. But even after becoming a king, your level is still regarding lady's finger only. You won't donate gold, you won't donate diamond, you won't donate gems, you will donate lady's finger only means whatever you think, as you sow, so you reap. You donated only lady's finger, so you are born as a wholesale greengrocer. So whatever we do, that comes back to us. As you sow, so you reap. So our sufferings is not because of horoscope, it is because of our karma. But horoscope, it will show you. Just that's why I quoted this example. His horoscope will show, hey, you did this, such and such thing, as a result of which you are suffering. You mend your ways. Only if we mend our ways, that alone will ensure that our sufferings vanish. So I hope that this second part is conveyed properly. Horoscope. This is the one-word answer for all questions regarding horoscope. This is said by Parashara Bhattar, the great Acharya. In his commentary to Kaishika Puranam, Parashara Bhattar says this astronomy versus astrology. I told you, right? After 40 minutes, I will tell you. This is that thing. Usually we say astronomy is the science which calculates the movements and the positioning of all the planets. Astrology is studying their influence on us. What kind of influence? Parashara Bhattar says, Yatha Shastra Anutthayangalana Karmangalai Yatha Kalam Anuttikkumbadi Kala Vishesha Pradarshana Pradhanam. Many of you may not be able to read Tamil. That's why I have given a Sanskrit translation for that. Yatha Shastra Anutthayanam Karmanam Yatha Kala Anuttanartham Kala Vishesha Pradarshana Pradhanam Jyotisham. Jyotisham is used for prediction. Yes. For predicting what? Whether I will get married, whether I will get a job, whether I will score good marks. For what prediction can you use Jyotisham? This is the answer given by Parashara Bhattar to predict in advance when is Ekadashi, when is Amavasya, when is Dakshinayanam, when is Uttarayanam, when should you do Tarpanam, when is the month born, when is Uttarayana Punyakalam, when is Dakshinayana Punyakalam, when should you observe Vratam. To calculate all these things in advance, you need Jyotisham. Because if we want to celebrate one Utsavam in this temple, Puratasi month, Shravanam, we are going to celebrate Lord Srinivasa. If you wait till Puratasi Shravanam without calculating, how can you make all arrangements? If you have Jyotisham in your hand, even 1 year advance, even if you want 1000 years advance, you can plan in such and such date, this Puratasi Shravanam will come. We are going to celebrate our SV Lotus temple at Balaji. We can make all arrangements. If you want to observe Ekadashi Vratam, you might have parallelly, you might have to travel to some place. If you know Ekadashi previously, in advance, you can plan accordingly. No, that day I cannot travel. I can make alternate arrangements for this purpose only. Similarly, if you want to do Tarpanam to ancestors, that day we have to avoid all other engagements. For that, you can use Jyotisham. Not to predict whether I will get married or not to know whether I will score good marks or not to reflect on whether I will get job or not. For that, you should not use this horoscope or Jyotisham or anything. Only to know what is the perfect day to perform Vedic rituals which are ordained to be performed on specific days. We say Naimittika karmas. They have to be performed on particular dates. For that only Jyotisham. Next 25 minutes over. Now we go to the final 25 minutes of this discourse. This is Samhita Skandam. The Samhita Skandam says, yes, the planetary movements influence many things on this earth. Already I told you one difference between Hora Skandam and this Samhita Skandam. What is it? Hora Skandam is about influence of these planets on individual life. Now this is collective. So the effect of planets on our individual life is very minimal, as I told you. Because planets or horoscope do not plan our lives. It is our karma. So that planetary arrangements is just a sign or indication. Hey, check out your karma. That's all. So planetary arrangements cannot cause a big harm to individual life. But they can cause a lot of effects. It may be positive, may be negative on whole of the earth collectively. Coming to that same example, the moon, its movement affects the tidal wave in the ocean, right? Another example we said, our every day, every month, every year is decided based on movements of planets. So the Samhita Skandam deals with how the collective life of all of us on this earth is influenced by planetary movements and their positions. Before that, I have got 4 questions for you. Because if it is a didactic method, you will get bored. Because this is English lecture. I am speaking in a foreign language. Even if I speak my native language, people may speak. When speaking in foreign language, it is very difficult to keep you all awake. That's why often if we use this Socratic method, it will help to wake up. In USA, people will be attentive. In other places, it will help me to wake up those who are sleeping during discourse. So these 4 questions, you have already read out 2 questions. Anybody else from youngsters side, please read out these 4 questions. Other than you, you have already read out 2 questions. Yes, you can read from there itself, considering the time. I will just explain. You just read one question, I will tell you, and anybody can answer. Children will ask, adults have to answer. Because all these 4 questions have been asked by youngsters these days. We say Navagraha in Jyotisham, right? Graha means? How many say Graha means planet? So Navagraha means 9 planets. In that Navagraha, sun and moon are included or not? Yes. In our Navagraha system, sun is a planet or star? Moon is a planet or satellite? Are sun and moon planets? This is the first question. No. Then why are you counting them amidst Navagraham? This is the first question. Now you read out the second question, ma. Yes. We seem to think that our theory is geocentric theory. Because we say that the sun, moon are all coming around us. We are at the center. Actually, it is heliocentric or geocentric or solar system. Heliocentric means sun at the center, everything coming around sun. Geocentric means earth is at the center, everything is rotating around earth. Heliocentric is scientifically right. But our Jyotisham is geocentric. Now, is earth at the center of the solar system? No. Then why does Jyotisham say so? Now read out the third question, ma. In Navagrahas, we have got all the other planets. We have got Mercury, Venus, and then Earth, obviously we are here. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, okay. Sun, Moon included. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. They themselves have removed Pluto now. Where are Uranus and Neptune? Uranus and Neptune should have been included, right? Where are they? Children are asking these days. Adults have to answer. That's why I chose this format. Children will question, adults will answer. Now read out the fourth question, ma. Yes, during eclipse there are 2 snakes, Rahu and Ketu. They only swallow the sun and moon temporarily during eclipse. And we check for Rahu Kalam also, right? How many of you look for Rahu Kalam? Everybody. If there is a huge snake by name Rahu, it should be visible to our eye, right? It can swallow even the sun. Where is that snake? Where is its parallel snake Ketu? What are they? Okay, 4 questions. Any answers? Are sun and moon planets? Then why are they included in Navagraham? Yes, in Sanskrit, you see how Westerners have fooled us. Graha doesn't mean planet at all. In Sanskrit, Graha means any celestial body which has gravitational force. Grahana means attraction. Does sun have gravitational force or not? Yes. Does moon have gravitational force or not? Yes. Does Mars have gravitational force or not? Yes. So they are all grahas. Graha means one which possesses gravity. Gravity came from grahanam. One which has that grahanam gravity is called graha. So sun is graha or not? Yes. We know that sun is a star. We know that moon is a satellite. But that's not the question here. The scope of astronomy cum astrology Jyotisha is what effect their gravity will produce on the earth. We saw tidal wave example, right? That gravity influences earth. So you have to calculate what are all celestial bodies possessing gravity, influencing that gravitational effect on this earth. Based on that, we calculate Surya, Chandra amidst the Navagrahas. Is it wrong? No, it is right. They are grahas. They possess gravity. Not only that. Who invented gravity? Who discovered gravity? Newton. In Vaiseshika Darshana, Kanada Rishi, there is a text by name Vaiseshika Darshana. Actually, our Vedic, Vedantic experts like Adi Shankara, Ramanuja, Madhva, they have condemned that philosophy of Vaiseshika Darshana. But in that Vaiseshika Darshana, the Rishi Kanada, he has given one sutra. Sanyoga bhave gurutvat patanam. Sanyogam means connection. You see 2 objects, hand and a ball. If the hand and the ball lose connection, the ball will fall down. Why? Gurutvat. Guru means weight. Any object which possesses weight within this atmosphere, the rate of fall will be proportional to the weight. In vacuum, that's different. But if the atmosphere is present, the rate of fall, see, gurutvat patanam. Guru means weight. Based on the weight of the object, it will fall down. If an apple, the same example, Newton example, if an apple loses its contact with the branch of a tree, sanyoga bhave gurutvat patanam. This has been recorded 2500 years before by Kanada Rishi. When did Newton record this? So who is senior? Kanada Rishi is senior. So we have got this gravity. And then we know the difference between star and planet as well. This is a very important thing. We grouped sun, moon, planets, everything under graha because they possess gravity. At the same time, our Shastras show the difference between a star and a planet. What is a star? What is a planet? Answer. If you answer quickly, Upanyasam will also conclude quickly. Star is a self-luminous body. Planet is not luminous. It receives that illumination from a star and then reflects or shines. Satellite also. This moon, it is a satellite. It receives light from sun and reflects that. Receiving and reflecting light is the nature of planets and satellites. Self-luminosity is the nature of stars. Accepted? Not only that, they give one more thing. The planets and satellite which receive the light and reflect, they shine, but that shine will be without any movement. It will be a static luminosity. The luminosity, if you observe, sometimes in Andal Tirupavai we say, Velli எழுந்து வியாழம் உறங்கிற்று. Andal says, I can see Shukrodayam and the Guru, that Graham, it has set. I can see that setting of Guru and the rising of Shukra, it is evident, Andal says. But even when those planets are visible, they will have a static luminosity, that illumination, it won't have any movement. But the cardinal feature of the star's self-illumination is, it will have a flickering nature. Sun is also a star, right? Now see the movement of the sun. You can see in our villages, through the gap in the roof, sunlight will fall. You can see an evident movement in the sun rays. A star will always flicker. That lighting will have some movement within it, which cannot be seen in other luminous objects. This is the difference between stars and other planets and celestial bodies. Based on this, there is an English poem, rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkling means flickering. That's shown in Jyotisham. Twinkling movement is the cardinal feature of all stars, which cannot be seen in other celestial bodies. Not only that, the sun rays, they come through this opening in the roof and fall on the floor. Our Jyotisham has got a formula to calculate. 1 month later, the same sun rays will fall on which place on the floor. To calculate that, Jyotisham has got formula. So we have heliocentric theory only. We include Navagrahams based on whichever planet exerts gravity on us, or whichever star or satellite exerts gravity on us. They all come under grahas. So our sun and moon grahas, now you answer. Sun and moon grahas, yes. So our Jyotisham is right. Second question. This is another additional information. Is the earth spherical? Elliptical. They say oblate spheroid. This has been shown in our Jyotisham. That's why we call it Bhugolam. Bhugolam. What is Golam means? Oval. Not only that, our Lord of Seven Hills, Tirumala Srinivasa, we call him Akilanda Kodi Brahmanda Nayaka. Anda means egg. Akilanda Kodi means the egg, the entire egg is ruled by him, the egg-shaped earth. Because the top and bottom are flat, earth is like Anda, egg, Bhugolam, Andam. That kind of advanced science we have got. Now the second question. Geocentric or heliocentric? As per our theory, earth is at the center or sun is at the center? In our system. No. Have you seen Navagraha Sannadhi in temples? Who is at the center? Sun. Our system is heliocentric only, not geocentric. Westerners only, when somebody claimed it is heliocentric, they just killed him. How can you speak against us? But our system is actually heliocentric. You can see Navagraham, sun is at the center. I have got some pramanams as well for this. Every day we do Sandhya Vandanam. We chant one mantra. Dhyaya Sada Savitri Mandala Madhyavarti Narayanaha. Surya Narayana is the Savitri Mandala solar system Madhyavarti at the center. Every day we chant that mantram during Sandhya Vandanam, but think that it is geocentric. Actually, it has another deep meaning. Dhyaya Sada Savitri Mandala Madhyavarti means in the orb of the sun, in its middle, Lord Narayana himself dwells. Perumal has got some sthanams. That's another meaning. But when you interpret that in a geographical connotation, Savitri Mandala solar system, Madhyavarti Narayana, Surya Narayana is at the center. Not only that, Aitareya Brahmanam. It is in Veda 344. Navai Kadachana Astameti na Udeti. The sun neither rises nor sets. Sun doesn't rise, sun doesn't set. Then, next line. Yad anno rupam tad asmin dadhati. Yad ratrim rupam tad asmin dadhati. If your part of the earth faces the sun, it is daytime for you. If your part of the earth turns away from the sun, it is night time for you. It is given in Aitareya Brahmanam. Now, for our heliocentric theory, Aryabhatta, when 5000 years ago, he has given one Nyaya called, we have got a great system of logic, Nyaya. Laghava Gaurava Nyaya. What is Laghava Gaurava Nyaya? You can see that term. What is Laghava Gaurava Nyaya? In Sanskrit, Guru means one with more weight, greater weight is called Guru. One with lesser weight is called Lagu. Always, lesser weight object, Lagu, should circumambulate Guru with greater weight. That's why we call teachers as Guru, because he has got weight of knowledge. We are all Sishya, Lagu, we have got lesser knowledge. This Lagu Sishya with lesser knowledge should come around the Guru with greater knowledge. How means, just like Aryabhatta gives the same example, just like planets with lesser weight, Lagu, coming around Sun, Guru with greater weight. Sun has greater weight. The mass of Sun is greater. Mass of planets is less. So planets come around Sun. Lagu comes around Guru. Similarly, you should circumambulate your Guru and attain knowledge from him. This is given by Aryabhatta. So this is classical heliocentric theory. Not only that, we say the Sun's chariot has 7 horses. Right? In our system. In Taittiriya Aranyaka, a mantra goes like this. Ekoshvo vahati saptanama. Actually, the Sun's chariot has got only Ekaha Ashvaha, 1 horse only. Vahati saptanama. But that horse takes 7 forms. What is its meaning? In Sanskrit, Ashwa means, not only that, Ashwa means light race. Ekaha Ashwa means Sun has only 1 colored light race, white. Vagati Saptanama means if it gets refracted through a prism, it becomes 7. Saptanama, Vibjayar, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. You see those colors. That spectrum of 7 colors depicted as 7 horses in the chariot of Surya. So Ekaha Ashvaha means 1 light. Vahati Saptanama means gets refracted via a prism into 7 different colors called Vibjayar. This is in Taittiriya Aranyaka. Then we call this earth as Jagat, right? Jagat means, keep on asking questions. Jagat means, the etymological, Jagat means one which is moving. Gamana, movement. One which has movement is called Jagat. Not only that, this Jagat will move by taking the things around it as well. That's its cardinal nature. The earth rotates. It's in a constant state of motion along with its atmosphere as well. Now take this example, a crow. Are there crows in USA? Yes? Okay. Now let us assume in this place, this is Fairfax. There is a bungalow in Fairfax. A crow stands on top of it and starts flying in the air for 1 minute and comes down. Where will it come down again? Doesn't move, just flies upwards, stays there for 1 minute, comes back. Same house, sure. But please note, the circumference of earth is 25,000 miles. The earth completes one full rotation within 24 hours. The 25,000 mile circumference earth completes one rotation in 24 hours means for every 1 hour, the earth rotates for 1,000 miles. 1,000 miles per hour is the speed of rotation of the earth. But we are not getting any vertigo or dizziness. We are all rotating at 1,000 miles per hour each minute. The speed is 17 miles per minute. Every minute, the earth is moving 17 miles further. In that case, the crow, which started from the top of this bungalow and flew in the air upwards and returned after 1 minute means it should land 17 miles farther. Am I right? Am I right? For every minute, the earth is moving for 17 miles. In that case, the crow has gone upwards. While returning, where should it come? It should come to where yesterday I performed a discourse, some faraway place from here. They say Potomac. So from Fairfax, it should land in Potomac. But it lands back in the same bungalow in Potomac, in Fairfax. Why? Because atmosphere is also moving along with the earth. That is called Jagat. It should move along with the things around it. So atmosphere is also moving along with the earth. That's why we do not experience that kind of a thing, a crow flying upwards and then falling down to some other place. That doesn't happen. This is said in our Jyotisham. One more thing. We speak about Devalokam. We say 1 year on earth is equal to 1 day for Devas, right? How can it be possible? 1 year for us is equal to 1 day for Devas. How is it possible? Any jet lag? How can 1 year be 1 day for them? For that, you should note the position of Devalokam. Devalokam is on the top of North Pole. They say Meru mountain's top is Devaloka. Meru mountain is not Himalayas. It is a point above the North Pole of the earth. If you observe, the North Pole faces the sun for 6 months. For all those 6 months, North Pole will have daytime only. The next 6 months, South Pole will be facing the sun and it will be night time for North Pole. So North Pole will experience 6 months of daytime and 6 months of night time. Even Norway, we say land of midnight sun. If we move further northern towards the North Pole, 6 months daytime, 6 months night time. Devalokam is on the top of North Pole. So 6 months Uttarayanam daytime, 6 months Dakshinayanam night time together constitute 1 day for Devas. It is pure science. So second question, okay, are we heliocentric or geocentric? Heliocentric, accepted. So sun and moon are also grahas. Our system is heliocentric only, it is perfect. Time is 8:15. The third question, why don't we include Uranus, Neptune? Pluto, leave it, they have left it. Uranus and Neptune we should have included, right? Why didn't we include? Huh? The answer is already given for the first question. We take into account what all celestial bodies cause effect on the earth with their gravitational force. Uranus, Neptune are too far away that they have negligible influence on this earth. That's why we have calculated the tidal force. Tidal force is the mass of that celestial body divided by distance cube. Mass by distance cube is tidal force, which is exerted by that celestial body on this universe, on this earth. Now you see, I won't read out all these things because already time is 8:15. Sun is very far away. Same time, sun has lot of mass. So it has some considerable tidal force on this earth. Take the case of moon. Mass is very, very less compared to sun. But distance is also very less. Denominator is also less. So the tidal force exerted by moon is double. Though its mass is less, distance is less, so it is more. But take the case of other planets. The effect is less. That's why while doing any auspicious thing, we don't calculate the position of sun. We calculate Tithi, the position of moon, because moon has more tidal force on this earth. That's why we say, no, today Ashtami, don't do this thing. Today Prathamai, don't do this thing. Today Amavasya, it is a good day. Today Ekadashi, good day. Everything is based on moon only. Based on sun, we are not speaking. All this Ashtami, Ekadashi, Amavasya, everything is based on moon. Why everything is based on moon means it is closer to earth. Though its mass is less, tidal force of moon on this earth is more. So it is known to exert more influence on this earth. Similarly, now take the case of Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. What is their tidal force? 0.00. No, it is negligible. That's why we did not include them in the list of Navagrahas. Not only that, next question, why 7 days for a week? You said decimal system, 10 is very convenient. What it would be if we had 10 days a week? No, then we have to work for 8 days and leave for only 2 days. Okay, we have got 5 days, right? 3 days work, 2 days holiday. Why should we have 7 days for a week? Our Jyotisham gives the answer. Each day, cyclically, during sunrise, morning, one planet becomes dominant. The first day, this is based on the angular velocity of each planet. See, the first day, sun is dominant. So they named it as Ravi Vasara. Nyayittrikazhamai we say in Tamil, Ravivar in Hindi, Ravi Vasaram in Sanskritam. Because on that day, sun is dominant. This is called Hora. Not that Hora Skandam is different. This Hora is Aho Ratra. Aha means Pahal, Ratra means Iravu. Aho Ratra means day and night combined. This Hora, morning, in Panchangam we have got Horai, they will say. That Hora is based on angular velocity. Sun is the dominant planet for the first day, so we call it Ravi Vasara. Second day, moon is dominant, it is Soma Vasara. Third day, Mars is dominant, Mangala Vasara. Fourth day, Mercury is dominant, Buddha Vasara. Buddha is Mercury. Then fifth day, Jupiter is dominant, Jupiter is Guru, so Guru Vasara. And then sixth day, Venus is dominant, so Shukra Vasara. Seventh day, Saturn is dominant, Shani Vasara. When we look at the eighth day, again Sun is dominant, so Ravi Vasara. Next ninth day, again Moon is dominant, Soma Vasara. That's why it was shaped as 7 days per week. This was literally taken by all the Western people and they named Sun Day, Moon Day, Saturday likewise. So this is our system which was taken into the Western world. Another example. Why should we have 12 months in a year? It could be 10, right? Actually, in Western system, there were 10 months only in a year. Then they made it 12 by adding the name of Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar. July for Julius Caesar, August for Augustus Caesar. Otherwise, Sapta means 7. 7 was September. Ashta 8 was October. Nava 9 was November. Dasa 10 was December. They had 10 months. Later they became 12 months. But our system is 12 months. Why should you have 12 months? 10 would be convenient, right? How many of you say 10 is convenient? Yes, 10 months convenient. We have to file IT return every 10 months. Celebrate birthday every 10 months. Not because of that. The earth revolves around the sun. We all know that. Regarding the earth's movement around the sun, for practical calculation purposes, we assume that earth is constant at the center and sun is revolving. Though our theory is heliocentric theory, it is impossible to calculate anything from a moving object. When we ourselves are moving, you cannot calculate anything. Because even take the case of Google Maps. If you want to find the direction of some place in Google Maps, first you should stay constant at your place and then switch it on. If you keep on moving, then Google Maps itself will get confused. So first you have to assume that you are static. So we assume that earth is static at the center, everything is moving. But as per our theory, it is heliocentric, earth is moving around the sun. What is the shape of earth's orbit? Elliptical. A circle or ellipse has how many degrees? 360 degrees. That's roughly the 365 days of an year. The entire circle has 360 degrees, right? Roughly 360 degrees is one complete revolution. That's counted as 365 days in a year. Roughly 360, 365. While earth is revolving around the sun, moon is revolving around the earth. Moon completes one revolution every 30 days. It takes 30 days for the moon to complete one revolution around the earth. So, when earth completes one full revolution around the sun, moon will have completed 12 revolutions around the earth. Am I right? Am I right? Am I clear? So, moon takes 30 days to revolve around the earth. Earth takes 360 days to revolve around the sun. So, earth revolves around the sun and completes one revolution. In those 360 days, moon will have revolved around the earth 12 times. Those 12 are considered as 12 months. Each month will have 30 days, because if you divide 360 degree into 12 parts, each part will have 30 degree. They are considered as 12 Rashis. Mesha, Rishabha, all Rasis, they are the 12 divisions. Each part, moon completes one complete revolution around the earth. That's why in Tamil, month is called Tingal. Tingal means moon. Based on the lunar movements only, these months are calculated. This is another thing. So, what we find out from this is, ours is heliocentric theory, and we have Earth as the moving object only, but we assume that it is constant for practical purpose of calculation. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto have negligible influence, so we leave it and consider other days, other planets for calculating the days of a month as well as days of a week as well as the 30 days, 12 months. Now coming to the final question, time is 8:20. Rahu and Ketu, where are those two snakes? Actually, the orbit of Earth around the Sun and the orbit of Moon around the Earth intercept at 2 points. Am I right? You can see here. Earth is revolving around the Sun, Moon is revolving around the Earth. They intercept at 2 points. Those 2 points are called lunar nodes. One is ascending lunar node, another one is descending lunar node. Only when the moon comes to this point of interception, eclipse will happen. You can see that obviously if there is no interception, moon doesn't come to this point of interception, then the eclipse cannot happen. This ascending node is called Rahu, descending node is called Ketu. The in-charge deities for these points are in snake form. That's what we call Rahu, Ketu, Devatas. They are the in-charge deities for that places. But the thing is, ascending node is Rahu, descending node is Ketu, points of interception. If sun comes there, then we will have, when moon comes there, we will have this eclipse. Now, what is the difference between ascending node and descending node in degrees? 360 degree total. Ascending node 180 degree apart. So, in 360 degrees circle, they are located 180 degrees apart. If you take horoscope, there will be 12 boxes. Rahu and Ketu will be exactly 6 boxes apart. So 12 boxes, 6 boxes apart, 360 degree, 180 degree apart. This is the truth behind Rahu and Ketu. Finally, I will give you 2 trivia and conclude the discourse. Trivia number 1. Has anybody seen this temple? Mangalnath Mandir in Ujjain. They claim that Mangal Grahaka Janmasthan. This is where the Graha Mangala Graha means Mars. Savai Graham. Mars was born from this place. They say, hey, what is this superstition? How can Mars be born from Ujjain? Right? A research was conducted. These are the results. The earth in the place of Ujjain was tested along with Mars. Now, Earth takes 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4 seconds for one rotation. Mars takes 24 hours, 40 minutes, almost same. The Earth's axis is tilted 23 degree. Earth is not straight, it is tilted 23 degree. Mars axis is tilted 25 degree. The satellite, Earth has one satellite, Moon. Mars has 2 satellites, Phobos, Deimos. Earth contains mountains, water and atmosphere. Earth has mountains, Earth has water, Earth has atmosphere. Mars has mountain, ice and atmosphere. That's why in our Shastras, Mars is called Bhauma. Bhauma means son of Bhuma. Bhuma is Earth. Bhuma's son is Bhauma. Dasharatha's son is Dasharati. Anjana's son is Anjaneya. Vasudeva's son is Vasudeva. Bhumi's son is Bhauma. Mars is called son of Earth. Has anybody thought of one thing? Which planet is closest to Earth? No, Venus. But has any scientist done research on Venus? Does anybody send any satellite or anything to Venus? No. Everybody says, Sevvai Grahathil Kudiyirupom. We will go to Mars. We will go to Mars. They write poems. We will go to Mars. Why? Though Mars is far away from us compared to Venus, Mars has same properties of the Earth, especially taken from Ujjain, which shows that during some collision, Mars has detached itself from the Earth from that point. This is still there in Ujjain. Now, second point. In our Shastras, it is said, Mercury is the son of moon. What? Mercury is the son of moon. Mercury is Buddha. Moon is Soma. So this Buddha is called Saumya. Saumya Vasara means Wednesday. How can Mercury be the son of moon? Research was conducted. The atmosphere is absent for moon. Moon has no atmosphere. Mercury has no atmosphere. Moon has lot of highlands. Mercury also has lot of highlands. Moon surface is full of rock and craters. Mercury surface is also full of rock and craters. These craters are evidence of meteoric strikes, because of which only craters emerge. Both have that evidence. Moon has reflective surface. Mercury also has reflective surface. That's why some days we can see Mercury on the sky with naked eye itself, because of that reflective surface. Moon has volcanoes. Mercury also has volcanoes. The craters in the moon contain silica and oxygen. Craters in Mercury also contain silica and oxygen. So, Mercury is considered to be born from moon. That's why we call it as Saumya. We have got that much deep knowledge in astronomy, astrology, Jyotisha. That's why we have classified sun, moon as grahas based on their gravity. Ours is heliocentric theory and not geocentric theory. Uranus, Neptune have negligible effects, so we have neglected them. The 7 days in a week, 12 months in a year, everything was calculated in our system only. This was only taken by the Western world. Finally, Rahu, Ketu are the lunar nodes. So everything is perfect in our Samhitas, Kandam as well. This is the third part, another 25 minutes over. To conclude, whether we should worry about these grahas or not. Actually, 3 questions. 1, is Jyotisha true? You have to answer. Yes, it is true. Is our ancient science very advanced? Yes, very much advanced. Because without telescope, they were able to see the imaginary points of Rahu and Ketu. Those points are just imaginary. They are not literal points. They were able to see that without telescope, and they are able to predict after 1000 years on what day this Grahanam, eclipse will come. They can say. So this is very advanced. Now the third question is, should we worry about these Navagrahas or not? That's the main problem. Because you have proved that yes, astrology, everything is true. Oh, already I am suffering from a lot of problems. These Navagrahas, they are going to trouble me. If you worship Lord Rama and Rama's Paduka, Navagrahas won't trouble us. Swami Vedanta Deshika in his Paduka Sahasram says, all these Navagrahas are serving the Paduka sandals of Lord Rama. If you hold on to our Lord Ram Lalla, hold on to his sandals, his Paduka, which were worshipped by Bharata, obviously Navagrahas will come to serve us. They won't trouble us. Rama Paduka is served by Navagrahas. See this shloka. Kanaka Ruchira, Kavya Khyata, Shanaish Charanochita, Shrita Guru Buddha, Baswadrupa, Dvijadhipa Sevita, Vihita Vibhava Nityam, Vishnopade Manipaduke, Tomasi Mahati Visvesham, Nashubha Graha Mandali. All the 9 grahas. Kanaka Ruchira is Mars. Kavya Khyata is Shukra. Shanaish Charanoti Chita is Sunny, Saturn. Shrita Guru is Jupiter. Buddha is Mercury. Baswadrupa, Sun. Dvijadhipa Sevita, Moon. Everybody is under Mani Paduka and they are serving Rama Paduka. If we hold on to the lotus feet of Bhagavan, he will play football with these planets. We need not worry about them. So just catch hold of Lord Rama's lotus feet like Hanuman. For that we will enjoy Hanuman Chalisa tomorrow, so that we can all catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Rama, so that we are endowed with Ashtasiddhi Navanidike Data. Don't know nothing about Navagrahas. We can enjoy all Navanidhis by holding on to Tiruvadi, the feet of Rama, who is none other than Hanuman. So tomorrow this PowerPoint will also be not there. I will alone be speaking. So I request you all to turn up in large numbers. You can also bring your colleagues, friends, relatives, everybody to enjoy Hanuman Chalisa as a virtual tour. In the form of virtually whatever happened during the course of composition of Hanuman Chalisa. On one hand, we will be explaining the verses. On the other hand, what happened to Tulasidasa while he was composing. It's actually in the form of a screenplay. So I request you all to turn up in large numbers and enjoy Hanuman Chalisa. Now let us worship Rama. Kanaka Ruchira, Kavyakyata, Shanai Sharanochita, Shrita Guru Buddha, Baswadrupa, Dvijadipa Sevita, Vihita Vibhava, Nityam Vishtopade, Manipaduke, Thomasi Mahati Visveshamnash, Shubha Grahamandali. Thank you.